Axel circles back and Liv gets up again and pushes her hat up off her eyes, and together the two of them start toward the fish house. Greta watches them running, can hear Liv's laugh carried on the wind. Before they're halfway across the cove, the light in the window wavers, and on the ebb of another strong breeze, the house goes dark. In the closet off the mudroom, Greta finds the lantern and a box of wooden matches, and she lights up the mantel, and they go into what she's now calling the great room. A fire still smolders in the fireplace, and Greta rekindles it while Liv collapses on the leather chair. Axel shakes the snow from his coat and lies on the rug. The house is warm, but without power the new bedrooms up in the loft will soon get cold. "We'd better sleep down here," Greta says. "Like a slumber party." "I'll go get blankets and pillows. You brush your teeth." Greta goes upstairs for Liv's bedding and the stuffed polar bear she's lately been sleeping with again. She grabs her own comforter and another pillow and heads back downstairs. It's so quiet inside. Only the snap of the fire and the dog's heavy sighs, and out in the night, the wind through the darkness. Before she'd done all the work on the house, the wind had flowed through it like water through a fishnet. But with the new fireplace and chimney and the loft, with the new windows and roof, the place had been trued, and now the wind's kept outside. Greta arranges Liv's pillow and quilt on the big chair and spreads her comforter on the sofa. Liv comes out of the bathroom and jumps in the chair. "Will it stay warm enough with just the fire?" "I think so," Greta says. Liv reaches down for the dog. "I can sleep on the floor with Axel if I get cold. He'd love that." Greta smiles at her daughter's easiness. She hasn't seen much of it recently. Liv's only 11 years old. 11 going on 18, what with all the mood swings and surliness, the back talk and pitting herself against the world, the unexplained tears and desperate hugs. Of course, Greta feels responsible for all of it. How many times each day does she agonize over Liv's mood? How much time does she spend wondering if her daughter will be all right? How much are her own choices going to cost her daughter? And her son Lasse, too, who is staying the night up at his grandpa's house. "I'll be up working for a while," Greta says. "I'll keep the fire going. Maybe the power will come back on." "Are you still writing the family story?" Greta sits down and spreads Liv's quilt and kisses her forehead. "I'm almost done." "Is it a true story?" "Sort of." "Are the people happy?" "Are you okay, Sweet Pea?" Liv rubs her eyes and looks like she's about to sulk. Instead, she says, "It's tomorrow we go home, right? And Dad will be there?" "That's right. We'll leave after breakfast. Dad's on his way home now." Liv yawns deeply, and when her eyes open again, they catch the light from the fire. "I can't wait to see him." "He's excited to see you, too." "Why is he gone so much?" Greta smooths Liv's hair. "I think you should talk to him about that when you see him." Liv yawns again. "I love you, kiddo," Greta says. Liv rolls on her side, facing the fire. "I love you back." Greta gets up and takes the lantern off the coffee table and heads over to her desk. She also built this. One day last fall, she'd gone up to a farm on Country Road 7 to see about some old siding advertised on Craigslist. The unmoored barn had slipped from its foundation years earlier and seemed ready to collapse altogether, but the owner assured her it was safe to go inside, which they did. The same clapboard siding that covered the fish house was stacked in the haymow. It was a miracle, frankly, to have found it. She was about to start hauling boards out to her truck when she saw in another corner of the barn a workbench, the top of which was a chunk of white pine 4 inches thick and 30 square feet. When she asked about it, the man said, "Take everything. It'll be less to burn." Together they loaded the wood onto the trailer behind her truck. And on a warm day in October, after the loft had been sided, she'd stood outside and sanded and planed and varnished the top of the workbench. She built new legs from cedar posts, and now it sat in the corner up against the window. Greta